Travel west from Midtown Manhattan through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. He'll stay on the ground, and he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, they'll run it. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big play for the Panthers. 38 yards. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Young to throw on 1st down. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And the Panthers are looking at a 1st and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Young. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tracy. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Tracy. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. This drive will start on the ground, and they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A pickup there of 25 yards. It's good for a Panther 1st down. So a big 3rd down hookup. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Young. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out, There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
Got it. Ready? Bring it. Let's go now.
They'll try to run this one in. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the Panthers move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Here we go. Here we go.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch, but the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback, and then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills, and wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass pulled in by Tracy. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Viking 18.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. He has Hyatt complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here we go, set.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is hard down the field. He's got it. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Here's 1st and 10. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set up. Set go.
They'll look to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. And he'll give himself up after picking up the 1st down.
4th and short. Initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
Motion man is Hyatt. On the ground, this is Justice Hill. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. Takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout. The clock will stop. Seconds to go until the break. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. He's to midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick six, but he does set up the offense with first and goal.
The number one rule of attempting a red zone pass, Mike, is if you're going to miss, you've got to miss where nobody can get it. And that includes the defense. At least if it goes incomplete, you have a field goal in your back pocket, you come away with points. But instead, you put it close to a defender, he comes up with a huge pick to keep points off the board.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. Here's a run. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Panthers. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Come on, set. Go.
Throwing now on first and 10. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Giants nothing.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
Back to the air once more on under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Motion man is Hyatt. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That's caught left side by Bellinger. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's into the hands of his receiver, Hyatt. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there by the defender. He's able to break up the pass, but I think if he's able to get there just a little bit sooner, now you can get 2 hands on the ball and give yourself a chance to come down with an even bigger play and come away with the pick.
Cowboy 80. Shut up.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Panthers are going to take over once again, this time at their own 8-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll begin here on the ground. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Oh, big hole left side. Past the 40 to the 20. And he is gone. 86 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Hill. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Wilson. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Zebra.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half. Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the 3rd quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
Let's go now.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now an injury timeout, and it looks like it's Stephon Diggs who's having an issue. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. That's Dexter Lawrence in for the tackle. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down.
Come 19. 19, right here. Go.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. That one is good. And the Panthers will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Fight. 14.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on E. On first down, Wilson. To the outside, complete to Johnson.
Wilson's pass complete to Thsl Johnson.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Wilson. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Throwing again, Wilson. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
He'll look deep here for Neighbors.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line. And 4th down is coming up. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll go play action with Young. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Here's Young. Throwing right. It's taken in.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
He's going to take a shot down the field. And the Giants are going to have it just past their 25.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
He's going to look downfield once again. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now.
Ready? Here we go. Set.
Handoff here, up the middle. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now give on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. That one doinks off the left upright. No friendly bounce. It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead.
Fair.
All run play. This is Hill. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. From the shotgun, Wilson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.